So, how do you get people to work with you instead of against you? To want to do favors for you instead of fighting you, backstabbing you, and generally being miserable people? Well, if you stay with us to the end of this video, we're going to talk about that, and I think you're going to be glad you did. Because if you think about it, most of the problems you have at work are people problems, aren't they? Either if your managers would do things different, if they'd make different decisions, if they would behave different, then some set of your problems would go away. If your coworkers weren't the way they were, and maybe you have some great coworkers, but everybody's got those coworkers, maybe one, two people that, so they really need to change. And then if you work with the public, if you work with customers, now they bring a whole new set of problems, right? So if you think about the challenges you have at work, most of them are revolved around people. The job itself may have some challenges, but it's the people that are the bulk of the problems. And that brings us to our hard skills and our soft skills. Now, hard skills are those skills that you need to do your job. So if you're a carpenter, it's knowledge of the tools and techniques of carpentry. If you're a bookkeeper, maybe it's knowledge of software and accounting practices. Whatever it is that you do, the skills you need to get that job done are your hard skills. And then the other side of that are your soft skills. And soft skills are just the new buzzword for people skills, right? Your ability to deal with people, especially your ability to deal with difficult people. And lots of them are difficult, aren't they? So if you think about your hard skills and your soft skills, sort of like the hard and soft of yin and yang, right? You have the hard and soft living in balance and harmony. And if you can ever bring your job skills into the same hard, soft balance and harmony, it's really difficult for me to see how you stay in the bottom half of the income spectrum. Actually, it's very likely if you really focus on this that you can get yourself into the top 25% of income earners in the country. And I know you may be thinking that you're not a people person. A lot of people, say, well, I'm not naturally gifted with people. And the good news is that everything we discuss here is learnable. These are learnable skills. So you don't have to worry about whether you're naturally gifted at this or that, because you can learn this. Just stick with us, keep coming back, and we're building out a system here. And that takes us into what I call our social bank account. And I like to think of it in the bank account terms because most people understand the whole financial market system where if you make investments, then you hope to get a return on those investments. And you may not get a return on every investment, but you just keep investing and you know that the bulk of those investments you're going to get a return on. And much the same way, what we're talking about with our people skills is how do you make investments in others that don't cost you a lot, make a huge change in their life, and that comes back and brings you a reward. If you think about what I'm doing here, right? YouTube doesn't cost me anything to put this video on. I spend a few minutes here and I'm making an investment into your life, just step by step. Each little video is just a tiny investment that I make into lots of other people's lives. And, a lot of people are going to watch this for 30 seconds and they're gone. So that was basically, there's no return on that investment. But on the whole, if I just keep investing in people, I'll get the return. And it's a win-win situation. And much the same way, we're going to continue in this entire playlist, our social bank account playlist. As you keep following along, we're going to talk about all of the tools and techniques and tips on how to make these deposits in other people's lives so that you start getting a return. And the beautiful thing is, if you do this for enough people, all the people you work around, if you can do this strategically, then pretty soon you get everybody starting to work with you. everybody's a bit generous. You get lots of people starting to work with you and cooperate with you and actually enjoying doing favors for you. And if you can get everybody working to build you up, and this isn't something that you've done, you haven't used them, you haven't manipulated them. Why are they doing this? Because you took the first step in investing in them, right? So it's this reciprocity, it's this generosity. It actually works. And you're going to be really, really surprised at how well this works. And a lot of it's going to seem like karma, but what we're going to discuss here isn't spiritual as much as it is brain science. It's just the study of human psychology, social psychology, how we work, how we actually function as people and as a society. The more we go into each little tiny step on how human beings work and how do we make our choices and how our emotions work, you get to understand that, and that enables you to, just like your hard skills, the skills, the techniques, the tools you use to do your job. If you take these soft skill tools, these people tools, then the combination of the two, you do your job really well at a high level, and you solve people problems. And the thing is, if you can do both of those, think about how indispensable you are to your company. And if your manager doesn't understand how indispensable you are, and listen, we all understand that a lot of managers are just not ever going to appreciate you. But that doesn't mean that there aren't any managers out there that won't appreciate you. And so making yourself indispensable, if your current company will not appreciate that and recognize that, there's somebody out there who desperately will. There are lots of people out there who desperately want somebody who has those hard skills and the people skills to solve, because managers understand their problem. That if you listen to any manager, the thing they complain about incessantly are the people. And you show up, right? Great. Keep following along this playlist. This is just video number 1, our introduction to this concept of soft skills. And we're going to build this thing out. Have a great day.